Good morning, Walker Valley, and welcome back to The Spill. My name is Emily Biller.
And my name is Alana Gerhart. Today, we've got a brand new episode of 73 Seconds, Spooky Pixels, Music Review, and Animal of the Day.
And we'll be talking about Kate Middleton, the solar eclipse, and our upcoming Walker Valley musical, Anastasia. All that and more on today's episode of The Spill.
Alright guys, this is the game plan. We gotta do this as quickly as possible, that way we can go to the stable.
All right, everybody listen up. We got to get this Spill episode out, and we're going to do it slow and steady. Quality over quantity. Nobody moves too fast, all right?
Okay, so here we go. I want you on the news desk, and I want you on the news desk. I want you to set up the audio. Got it?
Yeah!
Let's go!
It's all right, you click those buttons really slow. Listen, we get through this episode together, everybody gets Bucky Bucks. Yeah! All right, break! Yeah! And we're live in 3,
2,
1.
action.
Here at 73 Seconds, we like to teach people about things in 73 seconds. Why 73 seconds? I don't know. Soda. A delicious quencher or a pyramid scheme. More on 73 Seconds. In the late 18th century, a few inventors were tinkering around trying to find the sweet spot. They found it with soda and jumped on the soda train. Choo choo! Chugga 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 chugga. In 1789, soda water became a mainstream term in most of the world, but it wasn't until 1835 that soda water became bottled in the U.S. In 1865, flavored syrups were invented. People with the taste for the tropics could enjoy many different flavors like blueberries, raspberries, pineapple, and even tutti frutti. Root beer flavored sodas were made in 1876, 100 years after America was formed. Sorry. A few short years later, cola-flavored syrups were found. This would lead to the invention of the soda many people know today as Coca-Cola.
Where is Waldo? More like, where is Kate Middleton? The Princess of Wales hasn't been seen in public since Christmas Day of 2023, days before her planned surgery at the beginning of this year. Kate reportedly returned home on January 29th from the hospital, but there was no photographic evidence of this event. Some of you may recall that mere days after Kate gave birth to each of her 3 children, there was a press release of her leaving the hospital afterwards, so this was quite an odd occurrence. Earlier this month, in order to wish the mothers of Britain a happy Mother's Day, the Prince and Princess of Wales posted a photo of Kate with her 3 children on all of their social media pages. This photo was suspiciously heavily edited, and Kate later apologized to the public for the photo and said she has been, quote, been practicing her editing skills. She still hasn't been seen in months, besides 2 car appearances in which you can't even make out her face. So, who knows if it's actually her? People are saying that she left William because it has been speculated that he's been having an affair with Lady Rosa Hanbury. Another speculation suggests that the princess is no longer alive. However, all of these are just theories, and she is just slowly recovering from her surgery and as much privacy as a royal can have.
Tennessee state parks are hosting free guided hikes on Saturday as as a start to the spring season. Some of the parks you can visit include Big Ridge State Park, Red Clay State Historic Park, Rocky Fork State Park, and Frozen Head State Park. Grab your hiking buddy and hit the trails this weekend.
Today marks the first full day of spring, and flowers are already in full bloom. Lorenzen Farms has recently been a very popular location for spring photo shoots. Many families and groups of friends have made this farm their go-to spot for those aesthetically pleasing shots. Lorenzen Farms is a family-owned and operated, and it has been because of their months of hard work that we get to enjoy and utilize their beautiful flowers. The farm officially opened for the season in early March, and there has been an increasing number of patrons due to this year's very successful bloom. If you, your friends, or family are interested in this perfect spot for a springtime photo shoot, it is located in Dayton, Tennessee at 3740 New Bethel Road.
March Madness start on Friday, March 22nd. Today will be among the last days to submit March Madness brackets for whatever organization you submit their bracket from. The bracket is split into 4 places based on the division. At least 25% of people who submitted their brackets so far submitted UConn as the winner of this year's March Madness. Well, cannot wait to see what happens during probably the biggest tournament of this big year. Speaking of big, one of the biggest sports in America just started in South Korea. The Los Angeles Dodgers, featuring Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, and Tyler Glasnow, are going against the Padres, featuring Xander Bogaerts, Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, and recently traded Dylan Cease. The first game has already been decided, with the winner being the Los Angeles Dodgers. The game was definitely a great game being played. I sure hope Game 2, started by Yamamoto for the Dodgers and Joe Musgrove for the Padres, be more of the same this series. In other big news, on Tuesday, Scott Boras' client Blake Snell signed a 2-year deal with a $62 million contract with the San Francisco Giants, with an opt-out after the season. The Giants team will be winning the Scott Boras debacle. Now on to Walker Valley Sports. On Tuesday, the softball team had a game versus Wright County, with them winning, with the score being 9-0. The baseball team had a game versus Silverdale, with them losing 3-4. The softball team will be playing East Hamilton today at 5 p.m., and on Thursday, the baseball team will be playing McCallie at 4 p.m. Lacrosse will be playing Saudi Daisy at 6 p.m., and the soccer team will be playing Signal Mountain at 7 p.m. That'll be all for sports today, Walker Valley, and on to a big segment of Spooky Pixels.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Spooky Pixels, where we cover things that give you spooks, frights, and keep you up at night. I'm your host Matthew Norris,
And I'm your co-host, Aiden Phelps.
and today we're going to talk about the hit indie horror game that's sweet on the inside, but dark on the outside, Amori. The game first follows the characters Amori, Aubrey, Kale, Hero, Mary, and Basil, who are in this world that's full of different creatures that range from like just bunnies, regular old bunnies, to like living food. And it almost feels like a dream, which it is. The characters you play as are the same people in the real world, but some of you aren't friends or get to hang out as much due to things like school or college. The game follows the backstories of these different characters and their own internal struggles with either not wanting to be alone and missing the ones that they no longer have in their life, especially with the main character, Sunny, his own sister, who unfortunately passed away.
And I gotta say, Matthew, that is unfortunately correct. However, the story only hints to her passing, but the game holds much more than reveal the truth behind her death and the connections between Sunny and Basil. Now, what makes this game an RPG? Well, the game has many different mechanics that are mostly used in the dream world, like the emotion chart that tells you what emotion's most effective against the other, and it also offers a level up system that allows you to unlock more skills that have a variety of different effects, from healing your team to do damage based on your speed. Speaking of speed, there's actually this one glitch you can do with Kel. But first drinking some coffee, which increases your speed, they need to make him really happy, which increases his critical hits and speed even more, but lowers his hit rate, which you can use the skill flex that boosts his hit rate. Use running gun, which it does damage based around the speed, which deals massive damage. You can almost one-shot bosses depending on what level Kel's at.
I was very surprised to first discover this myself. But what I found interesting is that when the game was ported to other consoles like Switch, Xbox, and other stuff, OMCAT saw what the community discovered and implemented this glitch when you have to fight Kel, Aubrey, and Hero, which I thought was not only really cool, but that they use the same glitch against the player. I thought that was amazing. the way they implemented that.
What I like about this game is it the art style, the play, the characters. What do you like?
Well, I haven't played much of the game myself. I've only seen bits and pieces and snippets of gameplay, but from what I've seen, the art style looks pretty neat.
Okay. And what do you like about darker or psychological sides of games like this?
Honestly, I like it a lot. I've played similar games to Omori, such as Deltarune and Undertale, and I like those a lot.
Well, I think that's all the time we have today for this episode. I've been your host, Matthew Norris,
And I've been your co-host, Aiden Phelps.
and we'll see you on another episode of Spooky Pixels.
Next Thursday, March 28th, will be Walker Valley's annual festival, Panoply. Here you can purchase fried Oreos from concessions, watch your fellow peers perform in the auditorium, and watch the car show outside by the bus ramp. Additionally, there are various other outdoor activities, including spikeball and cornhole. There will also be many indoor crafts and board games you can participate in as well. If you are a humanities student and would like to volunteer at Panoply, contact Mrs. Wilson. We look forward to seeing you there.
On April 8th, 2024, a partial solar eclipse will occur. In light of this, Bradley County officially announced an abbreviated school day, Monday, April 8th. Elementary schools will be let out at 11 a.m., along with secondary schools being released at 11:30 a.m. Bradley County stated that this decision was made to prioritize the safety of the school community whilst also allowing students to experience the surreal event, but in a more protected environment.
Walker Valley's spring musical is quickly approaching. Performances of the dazzling showstopper Anastasia will take place April 5th, 6th, and 7th, with showings starting at 7 p.m. and 2 p.m. matinee showings on April 6th and 7th. General seating is being sold for $10 for adults and $8 for students. Premium seating is also available to purchase for $12 in advance or $15 at the door. Director Tristan Rowland, who's making his Mustang debut for Walker Valley's musical program with Anastasia, had this to say when asked about the upcoming production. Quote, "I'm excited. Walker Valley is full of so much amazing talent, which makes being a director really easy. I hope everyone will buy their tickets and come out to support these amazing kiddos." Unquote. Tickets will be available to purchase from the main office until they're completely sold out, so hurry to the main office to grab some tickets to support your Mustangs.
Good morning, Walker Valley, and welcome back to today's Walker Valley weather. It seems that in the Tennessee area, we have a bit of the high 70s and the low 30s right now. Nashville, a high of 72 and a low of 38. Knoxville, a high of 70 and a low of 37. Cleveland, a high of 71 and a low of 39. Chattanooga, a high of 72 and a low of 42. And last but not least, Little Atlanta, a high of 71 and a low of 39. Now moving on to the weather radar. It's quite clear around in Tennessee right now. As you can see, there's no rain or heavy rain or just no rain whatsoever. So maybe you could go fly a kite today. Now moving on to the 3-day weather. As you can see, we have Wednesday. It's quite sunny with a high of 71 and a low of 38. We have Thursday. It might be a little bit cloudy with a high of 70 and a low of 45. And then, unfortunately, we'll be going back to our regularly scheduled rain on Friday, a high of 61 and a low of 50. Well, that's all for today's weather. I'm your host, Tatiana, and let's tune back in with me and my lovely friends and Animal of the Day.
Hey Walker Valley, I'm Tatiana.
And I'm Addison, and
You're watching Animal of the Day.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we'll be talking about American ducks. However, they're referred to as American Peckins, which is also the domestic duck. They're little cute, white, chubby little fluffy guys with orange cheese feet, also known as their feet. They live up to 9 to 12 years, and they can weigh up to 8 to 12 pounds.
So you always see ducks floating on the water, and one reason they're able to do this is because their feathers trap air inside to help them stay afloat. Their feathers are also covered in a waterproof layers to keep them nice and warm so they don't freeze. Ducks also don't have any teeth. Instead, they have these little bumps and ridges along their the inside of their bill to help them filter their food through the water.
Most of the time, these ducks need shelter to protect themselves from the wind and the rain. And they definitely need some food and water like most animals. Though, they need limited fencing considering how they don't really fly that great. They don't fly that well.
So we actually have another guest this week, and she's one of our team members. Her favorite animals are ducks, so we decided to bring her in to ask her what she thought about ducks. So what do you think about ducks?
I think ducks are really silly and cute, and I think that everyone should own one because they're just so tiny, and I just want to.
So that was your animal of the day. Don't forget to tune in next week to see what the next animal of the day is.
That's all for today's episode of The Spill. My name's Alana Gerhart.
And my name is Emily Biller. Have a wonderful Wednesday, Walker Valley.